Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little stream for you guys and gals. It is transfer news time. We're here to discuss the day's latest transfer news and the evening's transfer news. And there is some transfer news in regards to Manchester United as well. I'm in the garage tonight, guys. It's cold as shit in the garage right now, so I'm wearing my big fluffy jumper. Hope you're all having a good one, and I hope I'm coming through loud and clear, actually, because I am in the garage and it's a slightly different setup than usual. So, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us. See Talentless, Bart, Brina, Win, Neil Duffin, get in there, my son. Sleepster99, Jason Ewing, Taco LaBelle, Alex Walker, David Hodgie. How you doing, David Hodgie and the Vootinator, Elliot Twisted, Fate, Matty Pickett, See Talentless, Elliot, Rory, Mushmano. Get in there, all of you legends. Thank you for joining us, guys. Do us a favour at the start of this transfer news video. Smash the like on the video. It's free. Give it a big thumbs up. And also share it around on social media if you're that way inclined. I have pinned the tweet at the top of the live chat as I usually do. Go give us a little retweet. It's free to do that as well, and it helps the show out. Get yourself subscribed and in the chat throughout. We will have a big Q&A at the end of the show as well. See everybody's thoughts and opinions on this situation. But let's just get stuck into it then. So, Manchester United in need of a number 9. We've been fumbling around for a week now in this transfer window. It's a shambles. It now seems like we are in the market to bring in big Wout Weghorst. That's why I had struggled to say that then, guys, to be fair. But Wout Weghorst. I liked the Gaming Juice comment just before the stream went live, which said that it sounds like an Albanian sausage. Well, either way, this is the latest on it. So Fabrizio Romano giving us an update, per Foot Mercado from earlier on. But it says that Manchester United have been offered the chance to sign Wout Weghorst as a new striker, exploring the conditions of the deal as Foot Mercado reported. 10 million euros buy option is included in the deal, so it's up to Besiktas and Burnley. The player already gave his green light. So, by all accounts, he would be interested in coming in and playing for us. It's one of those, it's like we do need somebody to come in. Let's face it, Tony Martial's not enough. We want somebody who could be like a great player for us for the long term. Is that player available right now? Will the greater shithouses spend any sort of big money on a big name player to get us right now? Probably not, no. So we are shopping around in a sort of gashtastic loan bin. Of course, at the top of the bin, just outside of the bin maybe, is João Felix. But João Felix is still very expensive, and it just doesn't represent as much. But, this is a cheap, dirt cheap, filth cheap, Glazer classic, wheeler-dealer, gashtastic deal. That's what this is. Rushmano says we've got 30 likes on the stream. That's good, everyone. Hit the thumbs up button on this video if you haven't done so for the transfer news. So we've got, potential Wout Weghorst incoming. Let's see what more is in regards to this. So Sharma Chef also reporting at 8:08 that Manchester United are interested in Wout Weghorst on loan. Initial contact with Burnley would need an okay from Burnley and Besiktas to cut short the loan in Turkey. Told United see him as an option they don't have. We're in the market for a physical number 9 in the summer. So there you go. It's one of those. It's just like it's a necessity that we get somebody in that position because we don't have the firepower up there. We have seen, thankfully, Marcus Rashford start scoring some goals for us recently in good form, but Martial hasn't been doing so, and we're crying out for a number 9. It's not the one I want, though. I mean, there's plenty of number 9s that I would prefer, but it does involve maybe spending just a little bit of money, perhaps. We talked about people, many times, such as Mitrovic or whoever it may be, just cheaper options, cheapish options that are not too beyond the realms of possibility, but, are slightly more inspiring than bloody Wout Weghorst on loan, mate. Ex-Burnley melt, current Besiktas, ex-Burnley, current Burnley on loan melt, Come on, is that really where we're at? So we're getting a Burnley melt on loan, basically, guys. I mean, that's it. If we analyse Wout Weghorst, I mean, listen, he's got those Dutch vibes. It's not like he's not done any sort of things in his career. He's a good player. He's had a good career. What I would describe him as a journeyman. Proper journeyman, this guy, Dutch vibes, played for a bunch of different teams. He's had 19 caps for the Netherlands, 5 goals. And he's 30, so, that's proper journeyman, isn't it? He's sort of fought his way to the top, taking his time, not gone about it the easy way, not prolific in his early days, etc. Started to get a little bit more prolific late on. But, yeah, I mean, it sort of smacks of, it's an Odi Nagalo situation, isn't it, guys? It's an Odi Nagalo situation. It's just somebody who could come in temporarily to plug a hole and probably just about plug that hole, but not plug it that well. Maybe just like put a piece of chewing gum over that hole for a while or something, just like a temporary fix. That's all it is. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, we need somebody. I guess this is better than nobody. We could do a lot worse. In all fairness, he is a good player, and he actually has been pretty good in the last few years, if we're looking at his statistics and things like that. In fact, the Don Rushmano sent me some statistics before this stream, and this is his stats for the last 5 years, or essentially nearly 5 years here. Wout Weghorst since the 18-19 season, so just to take it into account. Since then, at his peak, essentially, 181 appearances, 80 goals, 29 assists. Goal contribution of 109 goals in 181 appearances. I mean, these are not bad statistics. And as Naz786 says there in the chat, he was good in the World Cup. So, definitely a decent option here. He's a Dutch Odi Nagalo, just a Dutch Odi Nagalo. No, but he is an option, just a loan option, temporary player to come in. I kind of think, well, we could do a lot worse. He's obviously got some pedigree there. He's got that Dutch connection with Erik ten Hag as well. It's just not inspiring at all, is it? It's not inspiring at all. If I had to rate this signing, if we get him on loan for the rest of the season out of 10, it's just a raw 5. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a lukewarm signing. How would you rate the signing, guys? Let us know in the live chat. If we got him on loan, it's only a loan. There's not really much risk here. Maybe there would be an option to buy in this, as we discussed previously, but it's not really much. There's not much risk here. I think it's a 5 out of 10. If we got him in there. C Talentless says 4. Rory says 6. Thugger says 9. Elliot says 4.5. Nathan says 5.5. So I've got a little... Thank you, everyone, for getting your votes in, by the way. Matty says 4.7. 7 says Bart. So we've got a little poll running in the live chat as well, everybody. Do have a vote on the poll, because the poll is simply, do you want Wout Weghorst at Manchester United? That is the poll, and at the moment I could tell you you've had 109 votes, and the current amount of percentage for yes, 62% say yes, 38% say no, so the majority there does want Wout Weghorst at Manchester United. It's better than nobody, isn't it, guys? That's kind of what it is. It's just like he's okay. There you go, Rushmano. It's a great comment. He says, great shithousery player, loves a tussle. That's it. 30 as well, like experienced, in his prime, been doing pretty well throughout his career. He is a danger. He is on the back of a good World Cup. It's not terrible if you think about the possible options out there. But it does just highlight the further misgivings of the owners of this football club, because now's the time that Manchester United need to invest with a proper striker. Like, there are options out there. We could invest in our future now. Other clubs have done it. You saw Liverpool sign Gakpo at the start of the season. Other clubs are looking to sign big players, Chelsea, whatever, to try and either fix a gash season, or like Arsenal, spend money to consolidate a good position to try and actually challenge, to have some ambition. Manchester United's owners do not have the ambition to do that in January, which is why we're talking about bleeding Wout Weghorst, for Pete's sake. Who the fuck is this guy? Well, look, we know who he is, guys. He's played in the World Cup. We know who he is. He played for Burnley. Of course we know who he is. But really, he was, that's red flags for me. The fact that he was at Burnley before going on loan to Besiktas and is a Burnley player. Instant red flags. Instant red flags right there, guys. So, but look, it's just he will chip in with some goals. Like Rushmano says, he is a shithouser. He plays a physical player. And he gives us something different. Martial can be a melter. We know that he's got intricate skills, and he's got, great vision and all these sorts of things. And he's an elegant player, but he's also, let's face it, bang average, and also pretty inconsistent and just injury prone. So you definitely need somebody who's a bit more robust up there for certain games to come in there and do a job. Elliot Manduna says Choupo-Moting is 5 times the player Weghorst is. You what? Do you reckon? I don't, but fair enough. Everybody's got different opinions. That one's tickled me, though. Are you serious? Choupo-Moting's cash lad. Anyway, no, fair enough. Look, different types of players. All I'm saying is that this guy is a decent player. The Scousers equalised, Claire. That's a big shame. Yeah, so they were losing 1-0 against Wolves, which was nice to see. But that's a big shame. It's a big shame then if that's the case. Okay, so just a little bit more information coming out about this Weghorst deal this evening, guys, just to give you the info and the latest. So thank you, Rush Mano, for sending me the update throughout the show. So the Wout Weghorst deal is aligned with Erik ten Hag's transfer strategy of favouring players familiar to him or schooled in the Netherlands. Ten Hag and Weghorst also both hail from the 20 region. Interesting. So this is via Samuel Luckhurst via transfers_UTD on Twitter. Check it out, guys. And basically, yeah, so what it is there you go. They've got an affinity there, don't they? They're both from the same sort of region. They've got that Dutch connection. And when we're starting to get that little bit of a Dutch influence anyway at the side with the coaching staff and also a few players. So it just adds to that, I guess. I'm not crazy about it, guys, but I think it's a good signing for the temporary situation where it's just going to give us somebody who's better than nobody. But let's face it, it's very uninspiring. AR Dan says, I'd rather loan an average player now than buy a quality player in the summer. Great comment. Smash a 1 if you agree with AR Dan. I have to say I do agree with that statement, really. If the players, well, it depends on the Glazers being here or not, really, because they should have the ambition to spend now. If they're prepared to get the fuck out of this football club, hashtag Glazers out in the live chat, then we would be in a good position in the summer to start the new season. But if they're still going to be here, it's like, it's not going to... It's too late. It's too little too late for those toss bags. We need to get them out. Exclusive says, the real question is big, Nketiah or Martial? Who are you taking? Please don't comment again, Exclusive. Please don't comment again, bud. Look, Martial is the more experienced, proven player. Martial's just in bad form. He actually had a really good start to the season under Ten Hag, but it just hasn't been good since he came back from injury at all. We've got some season stats as well for you folks in regards to Wout Weghorst. So let me get into the statistics of what makes up Wout Weghorst. Once again, if you're just getting the stream, guys, do us a big favour and boost that algorithm by twatting that like button. Give it the old Roy Keane stomp and smash the thumbs up. Let's get 100 likes on the stream. Also, give it a share. The Twitter's pinned at the top. And subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Have your say in the chat. Q&A at the end of the vid. I'm just going to get into the statistics now for Wout Weghorst and what sort of makes up this whole proposed interest from Manchester United and why. But Wout Weghorst has 9 goals and 4 assists in 17 games this season. So goal contributions of 13 in 17. Pretty impressive stats. For his height, he's technical on the deck. This is via Rob Blanchard on Twitter, by the way. Has plenty of Dutch traits, joins up the play at number 9, allows runners to run to the channel on the counter press. He'd be a useful role player at Man United in the short term. That's his opinion, and there's the statistics from him there. So, statistically speaking, he's actually in very impressive form over the last sort of calendar year or so. If we have a look at his stats throughout his entire career, I mean, they're not going to blow you away, but they're also respectable. They're not bad at all. Going right the way back, to when he first started in 11-12 season. So we're talking about somebody who's, he's a journeyman. He's taken his time to burst on the scene. He's not burst on the scene like Michael Richards or anything. He's taken his time about it to burst on the scene. He's a slow burner. Ian Wright or something, but not like Ian Wright, because Ian Wright's way better, obviously. But you know what I mean? He was late to the game, is what I'm saying. He was not that late to the game, but 11-12 seasons when he started playing, or his stats are recorded here on Transfer Market, they don't make for that inspiring sort of a stats until you get to recent years. The last 5-6 years, he's been putting in a lot of statistics throughout his entire career. At centre forward, he's played 399 games, 169 goals, 53 assists. Very respectable. He's consistently contributing over a goal every other game in whatever team he's playing in. So he's definitely a good player, guys. He's definitely a good player, but he is just an Odion Ighalo type journeyman player who we're getting on loan in the short term. It's exactly the same situation. So let's smash a 1 in the chat if you're happy with this loan signing. If we do actually go and get him, there's nothing written in stone. Obviously, at the moment, there's going to have to be an agreement between Besiktas and Burnley, and there's also got to be an agreement between Weghorst and Manchester United and Burnley, and so it's got obviously there's some ways that this could fall down. But certainly at the moment, it looks like this is one of the most likely outcomes that it could be to have this guy come in rather than anybody else in this transfer window, because the Glazer shithouses don't want to spend. Oh, Zayn Mayassi. Hey, Lily Gamer, what's going on? Okay, it's a mixed bag in the chat, to be fair. Quite a few 2s, saying they don't want him, quite a few ones saying you'd like him. Oh, Nunes scored a good goal, did he? That's horrible, Liddy Gamer. Sorry, that's disgusting to hear. Devil's Den, he says, Pig, I'm scared about the Weghorst deal. If we're getting him, does that mean we fucked up on the Felix deal and panic buy? Yes, it does, bud. Yes, it does, bud. That's exactly what it means, bud. Basically, if we get him, we're not going to get Felix, are we? See, that's the thing. Given the choice out of a couple of lone players that we could possibly get in this window of Felix and Weghorst, I've got to be honest. I do think most people in the chat would be wanting to get João Felix in because, well, he's young. Maybe there's a potential in the future to maybe get him in a permanent basis. He's a quality player. He's a top tier player. I mean, he went for 130 million or whatever it was. That's his price tag previously. This is a top tier player. Weghorst is not a top tier player in that sense. So, I mean, who would you rather sign, guys, for a season-long loan, for a remainder of the season-long loan? Weghorst, where the fee is not anywhere near what it's going to be for João Felix, or João Felix, where the fee is going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, the wage is going to be a lot more. What would you want to do? I mean, it's Felix all day if you've got any sort of ambition about it. Yes, you have to spend some money. You've just let Cristiano Ronaldo go, remember? So Ronaldo's gone. He was on $500,000 a week. Where's the ambition to go out there and go and replace Ronaldo? Replacing Ronaldo with Weghorst, is pretty calamitous, really, when you think about it on paper. Anyway, I mean, I know Ronaldo is just an egomaniac and he didn't want to be here and for that reason piss off. But also, just technically on paper, like, crikey, we wanted Felix. We wanted Felix. Hey, Luan France, how you doing? And Aaron says Felix, 9.5 million for Felix. Now, yeah, well, there you go, bad boy. So it's a significant fee up front for a loan deal. But in my opinion, it's probably worth it because you are getting a really quality player. Whereas, Man United now are shopping around in a bargain basement bin here. It's not great. Oh, Zayn Miassi, by the way. Zayn Miassi's got in the live chat, guys. Let's just get a shithouse emoji in the live chat there for Zayn Miassi. He's sent in a super sticker. It says, ha ha ha. Yeah, whatever, mate. I don't really have much of a comment. Weghorst is a bit of a fucking ha 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 signing, isn't it? If you're a neutral looking at him. I mean, he's a decent sort of a player, like we said. People criticised and they also laughed at Odion Ighalo. Just the same when we signed Odion Ighalo. And Odion Ighalo was not an inspired signing or anything, but for a short-term fix, he actually wanted to be here for a start, which is important. And for a short-term little solution as an extra player in the squad to score you some goals when you need it because of all the many fixtures that come in rotation, it's not a bad option. And this is exactly the same. So, yeah, this is not inspiring at all. It's actually pathetic ambition by Manchester United. Hashtag Glazers out. Pathetic ambition. Yeah, nice one there, Zay. Nobody cares, mate. Hesse says, Piggy, Felix is confirmed. Mudrick next. Rice in the summer. Zay Mayassi speaking out of his assy once again here. Goodness me. Stick a sock in it, Zane, sometimes. Anyway, but I appreciate you, though, Zane. What's going on there? Agby Harrison says the guy is not bad. No, he's not bad. It's not like we're saying he's an awful player. We've just gone through quite a lot of the reasons why Weghorst is good. I mean, look at those statistics since the 18-19 season. Just there, guys. 881 appearances, 80 goals, 29 assists. These are very respectable and good stats. Felix isn't confirmed, says Rajbano. Yeah, Zayn Miassi is not the bastion of confirmed deals, by the way. Just discount anything that comes out of his fingertips there. There you go, Brian Foster. Anyway, but no, thank you for getting in here, everyone, with your thoughts and opinions on it. He is a goal scorer, AB. He's a goal scorer, but is he? He's not that clinical of a goal scorer, really, if we're being totally honest. No, 1 and 2 is pretty good goal scorer. There's been so many good players that have played for United over the years that have that sort of a record. But it's not, it's not 0.8 in 1, is it? If you know what I mean, or 1 in 1, things like that. So there you go. Yeah. Any port in a storm, says Saint Don Bosco. Yeah, well, okay. I mean, Weghorst is better than Ighalo, says Rashbano. I think he if you look at the last few years, he's obviously reached the higher level in terms of playing in the Premier League and also playing in the World Cup and things like that, and being selected, and for Wolfsburg, obviously, previously before that. So he's had a better career, but you know what? It's the same sort of deal, though. That's what I mean by it. It's the same sort of deal. It's just a short-term loan of a journeyman who we're getting in here because we don't want to spend any actual money. That's what it is. It's just a short-term loan deal because we don't want to spend any actual money. Tackler Bell says, pig feelings on Roy Keane's moustache. So I had my reservations about it to begin with, you know. Like, I really didn't like it very much. I thought it looked absolutely wrong. And a disgrace. And it looked like he was trying to do some sort of poor Magnum PI impersonation. But, you know, it's kind of growing on me a little bit, you know. It's kind of growing on me. I kind of like it. You know, he mixes it up. That's the thing. He's a stylistic icon these days, Roy Keane. You just never know what's going to happen. It might be the gruff look. He might just have like stubble on the go. Or he might have a full-on crafted beard. Or he might just go for the full-on Uncle Albert, like fuzzy style beard. You know, he's a trendsetter. He's an icon. That's all I can say. Roy will do what Roy wants. H.B. Harrison says, I think the loan is better summer transfer. We get our choice striker. Well, okay, let's just look at it from the Glazers shithouses point of view. So yes, we do want them at their football club. Is it really unrealistic to expect that the spending has been done from their point of view for this season, and that we should be content with that as fans? It's not actually that unbelievable. It's only because of what happened with Cristiano Ronaldo that we definitely need to go out there and sign a forward player. That's the reality. But that did happen, so it does mean we need to address it, which they need to. But they did spend in excess of a couple of $100 million in the summer, like big investment, one of the biggest expenditures in the league. Huge money that they did actually spend. So from that sense, they don't want to spend any more money. They spend their money generally, historically, in the summer transfer window. Oh, nice Rush Mono. He says we got 87 likes. Get in there, my son. We're 13 away from 100. We can do it. Cut his freaking head off, everyone. Smash that like button if you're just joining. You are absolutely right, Claire. The board spent badly, but time will tell on some of those transfers properly. I mean, yes, I think people like, look, Maguire's absolutely gashed. If you're talking about just the summer transfers, though, yeah. I mean, look, time will tell on those ones. Anthony had a blistering start, so he had an incredible first few games for Manchester United, and then, yes, it has just seemingly all gone pretty quiet on the Western Front for him. He hasn't shown much in the last few games. Since we come back from the World Cup, he just hasn't really shown all that much. And then you've got to look at Sancho is still not really even featuring. Well, he's not featuring in the team at the moment. He's had to go away, get himself in shape, conditioning-wise, mentally, all that sort of thing, before he's going to get back in the setup with Ten Hag. And so from that point of view, obviously that's the previous season, but from that point of view, we have spent a lot of money on players just generally in the last few years that haven't really hit the ground running properly. I guess Anthony, it's not doing tremendously well, but some of the other signings we've made are brilliant. Casemiro, nobody can deny that is not a quality signing for what turns out to me to be, reasonable money in the end, because it looks like this guy is super committed to us and he's just changed and transformed that team. We've also got Eriksen on a free. That's a great signing. And then Martinez and Malacia, those signings are brilliant signings where we haven't spent that much money on them really for what the sort of players that they are, like good value signings, and their quality signings are going to make us good. So I only really think that what you can say in regards to summer applies to Anthony maybe, because we spent a lot on him, and it's more about the price tag for Anthony. If we'd have got Anthony for 35 mil, nobody would really be talking about this to the same extent, but that price tag does add that certain amount of pressure where an expectation, because just simply he cost 85 million euros or whatever it was. It's a huge amount of money, and so we're expecting a lot from him, and it hasn't quite delivered yet. But it's so early in his progression, guys. Like, I think he's going to be absolutely mint. He actually scored the other day in the cup game. I know it was just a granny tap in at the back stick, and Rashford did all the hard work, but still, he did actually score with his right foot the other day. He just needs to add some facets to his game. He's very one-dimensional. I think when people work him out, if you're a fullback or an opposition player, you just want to show him onto that other foot, basically, if possible. Don't let him come inside, and that's the problem. He kind of doesn't have that much of a right foot. But his price tag is crazy. Yeah, it just doesn't quite add up. He's not worth that. But who is? He's certainly not worth that. You look at how much Liverpool spent on Gakpo. He's probably worth that. If you look at some of the other signings we made from the Dutch league, he's probably worth the Lisandro Martinez sort of figure, similar sort of money, 40 or 50 mil. He's not worth 85. So yes, we did overspend. We did spend poorly in that sense because we paid too much money And it's Gash. Thank you very much, Neil Duffin, you legend. He says, shared on Twitter with a retweet as well. Get sharing, mateys. Pig deserve more followers. Thank you, Neil Duffin. You're a star, man. Okay, everyone, retweet me. I'm at the top of the chat there. I will shout out every single legend like Neil Duffin who retweets us at the end of the show. So remind us at the end of the show, and I will shout out everyone who takes the time to retweet us on Twitter. Nice one. Linus United comments, Pig, Anthony isn't at fault. United paying too much for him. Blame that on the clowns in charge. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Linus. It's not Anthony's fault, but the only reason we're all talking about Anthony and have that expectation, that pressure, is because he cost an absolute fortune. Like, he literally cost the same amount as, well, what you would expect to buy a top world-class, ready-made, big name, huge name player for. But you're getting a different type of player, a younger player, but also a player that Ten Hag knows and Ten Hag trusts, and Ten Hag does have that relationship and that history with. So, I still think that he's going to develop into a beast. It's not like Ten Hag's just going to chuck him away at any point, is it? He's his lad that he's brought in, saved him from the freaking favelas, and then brought him into Ajax and brought him into Manchester United now with him, where he's on a big deal. Just gone for 85 minutes. He's going to, it's a passion project for Ten Hag, this one. So he's going to get the best out of Anthony, I think. Let's ask the chat though, guys. I mean, do you think Anthony will be a flop? Yes, you do think he'll be a flop, or no, you don't think he will be a flop? I don't think he will be. I think he's just had a bit of a ropey start of it. Maybe that World Cup didn't really help with, just the break in play that was needed for the World Cup. I don't think that really helped. No, he's not going to flop, says Chloe Jenkins. Get in there, Chloe. How are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, you're right there, Neil Duff. And we got Martinez for a bargain. Overspend on Anthony. Good balance. That's a fair point, Neil. There you go. You've got to speculate to accumulate sometimes. And you spend more on some players than you have to, and you spend less on some players than you have to, I suppose. Dave the Gamer says, would Weghorst start or backup striker? Dave the Gamer, to me personally, I think right now he would start, because Martial's just out of form and guff. If Martial comes in and actually does something and stakes a claim to that number 9 spot, starting spot, then, I would start Martial. But right now, no, I would actually start Weghorst, because Martial just isn't doing it for us. Probably not, says Elliot. No, says Paul Holland. No, says Chloe. He'll come good. No, he'll come good, says Messi. He'll come good, says Claire. Yeah, Ten Hag's the man of the season. Ten Hag's doing incredibly well. His statistics, his win percentage since he's been here at Manchester United is absolutely incredible. He's actually done fantastic well, especially when you consider we did lose the first couple, which is only natural really for it to take time to get yourself bedded in and to just understand your squad and to actually start progressing as a team. Plus, he had all sorts of issues at the club. Let's face it, he's trying to mop up from a really bad season last season. That's already got its problems. Then he's got big name players like Ronaldo, the biggest star on the earth, throwing his toys out the pram. I mean, that can't be easy to deal with. Ten Hag's actually, let's just be honest. Ten Hag has dealt with that situation, with that whole Ronaldo thing, just generally since he's been here as United manager, putting discipline into the squad. He's handled it like an absolute boss. I don't think he could have handled it any better. So he has done brilliantly. Just overall, everybody seems to be like committed. The work rates have gone up. The conditioning's better of the players. The fitness is better. All of that sort of stuff. Like, he's definitely can see that he expects a lot from his team. And if they don't reach the expectations that he sort of sets, then they are not going to be involved. And I love that. I love that. It's old school. It's what we want. Play players based on form and based on merit and based on, effort. Don't just play them because they're a big name gash merchant who's on 180k a week, or whoever it may be. Yeah, well, look, the Mason Greenwood situation is just, that's a gash situation, mate. Big T, thank you for your comment, buddy. Says, Abu Bakar deal was agreed, I thought. Well, the Abu Bakar deal, from what I understand it, here we have a little update here from Laurie Whitwell earlier on this evening, which just basically said that the Vincent Abu Bakar deal is not being pursued by Manchester United. So that's the latest I've heard on that one. There was lots of links that we were interested in that guy. But we do have, we do now have some information there, as I can say, from Laurie Whitwell that suggests that that's not the case, guys. So I don't think we are looking for that guy necessarily, but we'll see. Who knows? I mean, who knows what actually materialises and what deals actually get done. I'm just going to check the latest info of what's come in here very quickly while we've been talking. So it looks like, we've got an update here as well. Thank you, Rushbanner. That says that United are understood to have first option on João Felix and will be given 48 hours to match any offer presented by any other club. So, we'll see about that. I don't think United will have the ambition to go for it. But maybe sometimes these sorts of links are put out there just to get the feelers, the PR department, of the fan base and that kind of thing to just decide basically, they really hate Weghorst, or they would be content with us just cheaping out, or maybe we might actually have to go and get João Felix. So it's not to say that it's definitely not the case, that we could get somebody like that and be a bit more ambitious, but it's just not that realistic, is it? I think we've hit 100 likes on the stream, by the way, guys. Let's break out the red panties. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here for the stream tonight. Happy Saturday night, everyone. Great to have you aboard the Bacon Express. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, because we're on here with all the latest United news. We don't just jump on here when there's no news. We cover all the latest proper breaking news in regards to Manchester United. This channel should be about when there's actual Manchester United news and there's a live stream. It's actually about something that's just happened. It is legit. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that bell icon and smash the like too for good measure. Yeah, João Felix, too expensive perhaps. Just too expensive. Maybe it just doesn't represent good value for money. That's all there. Just to get onto a little bit of other news previously that came out just a short while ago as well about another transfer target that we are interested in. Then we'll just get back into the Weghorst stuff, and we're going to have a Q&A and stuff, and we'll cover the latest news that comes in as well throughout the rest of the next half an hour. But basically, a Boubacar deal doesn't look like that's progressing. But just a little bit of an update here on De Jong. Probably everybody's just sick of talking about De Jong. But Barca President Laporta quoted as saying, Frankie de Jong is not for sale. He wasn't for sale in the summer. And he won't leave this year. Wasn't for sale this summer, but there was an agreement in principle, as reported by basically everybody, for the whole bloody summer long. What do you mean he wasn't pigging for sale? Anyway, he wasn't for sale in the summer and he won't leave this year. De Jong is a very appealing footballer. We know that. But I insist he's not for sale. So just thought that was funny, guys. Wanted to mention that. You literally can't take anything that guy says to mean anything, though, because he's an absolute shithouse. Right. Okay, so if you're just joining us, guys, this is the big news here. Manchester United have been offered the chance to sign Wout Weghorst as a new striker, exploring the conditions of the deal, as Foot Mercato reported. And 10 million euros buy option is included in the deal. Now, he's a Burnley player on loan at Besiktas. So there's got to be some sort of deal there where you're compensating Besiktas and also, compensating Burnley here. So we'll see what's going on. But it could be a good short-term fix. It's not inspiring. We mostly want João Felix, but it'll do. It'll do for now. That's it. It'll do for now. AR Dan says Barcelona in the summer will beg for money to pay for their wages. I'm still, yeah, that's true, exactly. Once that actually comes around, they want to restructure the team again. They surely are going to be open to selling some of these players. Yes, so we are exploring different options at striker, guys. That's the latest that's come out tonight. Eric and I have been exploring the possibility of signing Weghorst. Of course, we talked previously about João Felix. I mean, there's murmurs and rumours about some other forwards maybe that we could bring in. Like we've heard about Thuram, but isn't he going to Chelsea now? Don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on today actually in regards to the transfer window. It's all kicking off. So there's nothing set in stone at the moment. We've been offered the chance to sign him. We could quite easily go and get somebody else though. We know that there is other players that we could be interested in. I mean, I'd still be interested in, say, Olivier Giroud, for instance, because obviously he's only got 6 months left on his contract over there. Maybe there could be a deal done for an aging player, or just who knows? Maybe there could be just a short-term deal. Maybe it's feasible. But Fabrizio Romano 5 hours ago reported that he understands that Chelsea have opened talks to explore the January deal for Marcus Thuram. The French striker's on many top clubs' lists, being a free agent in June. Chelsea exploring conditions for January. Thuram will take his time and consider all options. So he's another one as well, that is linked to Manchester United as well. But it does look like it's Chelsea who are maybe progressing with that deal. It's frustrating, United just need to get somebody in here who's going to give us some goals. If we're talking about statistics and goals, so this season in the Bundesliga, Marcus Thuram has 10 goals in 15 appearances, 3 assists. In terms of his statistics, very good. So there you go, guys. It's one of those. Let's ask the live chat. Out of the few players we've just mentioned, I'm just going to make a short list of 4 players that are somewhat realistic here, and I want you guys to tell me which one you think's the best. But we're not going to include somebody like Osimhen or Vlahovic or Gonzalo Ramos or any of those guys who are going to be too much money. I'm just talking about a cheapish option. I'm going to include 4 in this list, and you guys tell me who you think's the best that Manchester United should go and get in January, right? Giroud, Olivier Giroud. Why not, eh? Weghorst, Mitrovic, and João Felix. Let's go with that. Let's go with that, guys. Get your votes in there in the chat and see what you guys are saying. Mitrovic says Thugger. Mitrovic says Sonic Asylum. Mitro says AR Dan. Veggie says Craw. Ivan Tony says Connor. Goathorst says Fire Ghost Boys. Makoko says A818. Mitrovic says Bruno. And Mitrovic says Big T. Felix Broezy says Kyle. Mitrovic says Kane and Alex Walker. Giroud says Will V. Mitrovic says Iceman. We've got a clear winner here. Ivan Tony says No Man France. Yeah, but he's a dodgy bet merchant, isn't he? He's a dodgy better. You know what I mean? Like, we can't. It's not going to happen at the moment. Felix says John Boy Cat. Giroud says Chloe Jenkins. Felix says Chrissy J gets in there. And Bills fan says Weghorst. Must play says isn't Mitrovic an LFC fan? I mean, I don't know about all that, mate. But there's plenty of occasions where, wasn't Carragher pissing toffee when he was a kid? I don't know. There's plenty of occasions where, anyway, I think it's still feasible. Obviously, that's the one I want anyway, would be Mitrovic as well, as we've discussed many times, because João Felix is not really a long-term option. Fair enough, if it's a case of we're loaning him now and then we're actually going to buy him in the summer, then it would be a probable yes. But because it's just short-term and you're having to spend a bit of money, maybe it does make more sense to go and get somebody who's, he is proven in the Premier League now, goal scoring. It would be nice to have him in there, somebody who's a bit of a talisman as well, somebody who's a bit of a character, a bit of a leader. It wouldn't hurt. It would be a good thing to have Mitrovic in there. The other players we mentioned, Giroud as well. Always been a big fan of Olivier Giroud. Always been a big fan. Back to the, he smashing Montpellier to the French title. When do you hear about shit like that happening? So basically, this guy, he's old now, but he's still good. You saw that in the World Cup. In fact, he had a tremendous World Cup for France, and given the opportunity for 6 months, just to bring him in for 6 months, if we could actually make that happen. I don't think AC would want to let him go for 6 months because they've got him for 6 months. But, if you could somehow make that happen, pay a bit of money, then that wouldn't be a bad thing either, even at his age. Maybe he doesn't provide you with that pressing, he's slower, but he does give you some other options. He does give you that aerial threat, which Martial doesn't give you. He does give you, just that great brain and all that kind of stuff. So he's a quality option. And then the other options we mentioned, Felix, Weghorst, it's, take your pick, really. We just need to get somebody. But I think Mitrovic is a great shout. Right, okay, let's have one last sweep of the evening's news here. And here's another little update from earlier on as well, from Ten Hag. He was quoted as saying, most signings in the past have been average. At Manchester United, average is not good enough. This is what Ten Hag said. He said, United shirts weigh heavily. Only real personalities who can perform under great pressure can play here. So there you go, that's it. He's looking for not just, he's not looking for melters. I think he knows that Martial needs to be replaced because I think he is a bit of a melter, but he needs to get 1 or 2 of these melters out over the next couple of transfer windows and get a bunch of characters in there. He is actually doing that. This is something I really do like about him so far, is not only is he a proper no-nonsense character, but he's like going to sign a bunch of no-nonsense characters as well, which means that we could maybe see like the old school return of like the Fergie days, maybe, with like Keno rallying the troops, that sort of thing. It would be nice if we could have that sort of level of commitment again. And if you sign the right players, you can get that. If you think about the players he signed, people like, say what you want about Anthony, he might not be having a great time, but he works very hard. He's constantly running. Lisandro Martinez, well, say no more. He's an absolute butcher. He's a menace. And he works his socks off. Casemiro, what a character, what a cool head, what a warrior. All of these guys have got a lot in common, really. They're warriors. And when you've got warriors in your team going into battle, better off having warriors going into battle than a bunch of melters. So that's where he's coming from, I think, Ten Hag. He wants that warrior mentality, and he's looking for those sorts of players. So he has been quoted as saying he's not just out looking to go out there and sign anybody. Doesn't want to sign anybody who's just a melter personality. He wants somebody who is, gonna help the team and be a committed fighter in the team. Sort of like the players that he signed very recently. Okay then. So I'm going to get into the live chat then, peeps. I'm just going to do a quick rundown actually before I get into the live chat for a Q&A. We've got 129 likes. That's awesome, Rushmano. Keep smashing the likes, everyone. Let's get 150. That's awesome, Rushy. Thanks for the update. Also, get yourself, get your questions in shortly. Get your questions thought of right now and get them in shortly, because I'm going to do the Q&A in a minute. But first of all, let's have a rundown on what we discussed. So United have been offered the chance to sign Weghorst. Sharma Sheth from Sky Sports just gave us a bit more info about the loan deal. Basically, the initial contact with Burnley has been made, and Manchester United are interested in Wout Weghorst on loan. He goes on to say that it would need an okay from Burnley and Besiktas to cut short the loan in Turkey, because he's currently on loan at Besiktas in Turkey. Told United see him as an option they don't have. So yes, we need somebody like that, a different sort of player, physical player, get you a goal, good hold-up man, good character as well, and he's a bit of a shithouse. So it's good to have something like that. And then also, he's just an option for us, though. So there's still other players that we're looking at also, as we've discussed throughout this video. Here's the statistics for the last 4 or 5 seasons. 181 appearances. This is Wout Weghorst's goal contributions, both assists and goals over the last few seasons since the 18-19 season, which is really the most important time to discuss this guy, because he is a journeyman who's taken his time to get to the top. He's not that breakout star as a young 20-year-old like a Haaland or something like that, and he's, obviously he's not there now. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, he's the last 5 years of where it's at for Wout Weghorst. He is, he has definitely, he's got himself into that World Cup Netherlands squad. He's only had 19 caps for the Netherlands, so that sort of tells you about his progression of his career. He's 30 years of age, had 19 caps. He was at the last World Cup and had a good one. So that sort of tells you about his last few years. His last few years have been good. His development's been good in the last few years. He's at his peak now. So it's actually, it's not a bad sign. His statistics, 181 appearances, 80 goals, 29 assists. Pretty decent. Also, in a report from Laurie Whitwell that just says in regards to Vincent Aboubakar, so a lot of information coming out to say that this guy was strongly on Manchester United's radar. He says no. He says Vincent Aboubakar is not being pursued by Manchester United. Also, Fabrizio Romano reports that the Barca president said that Frankie de Jong is not for sale. He wasn't for sale in the summer and he won't leave this year. So, oh no, I don't even want that guy anymore. I think the best thing happened for us in the end anyway, which is we signed Casemiro. Casemiro turned out to be a fantastic signing. And it's hard to imagine a reality where de Jong would have been a better signing than that, even though he's younger and, he's got a lot more gas in the tank and his future and everything. He's got that Dutch connection. He is a quality player himself. Casemiro's what we needed, since Michael Carrick days. He's what we needed. So we got what we needed. Casemiro is better in the end. He's still got a few top years of service left in him, which is, an important rebuilding time for Manchester United to get back on track. And he is the sort of guy with his record of having won all those Champions Leagues and everything, and his incredible record to do that for us. And he looks really good. So that's great news, guys. And, Ten Hag quoted as saying that Man United signings in the past, most of them have been average. He says average is not good enough. He says United shirt weighs heavily. Only real personalities who can perform under great pressure can play here. So highlighting the fact that a lot of the money that Man United have spent, it's not been good. I think that you've got to say, if you actually analyse what Ten Hag said there, that most signings in the past have been average. That's basically saying that a lot of the maybe some of the players that are playing in his squad right now, people that are not necessarily playing in his squad as much as they'd like, people like Harry Maguire. That's an £80 million signing. Is he the right? Well, he's been an average, he's been an average signing, to put it nicely. So there you go. That's basically the latest updates then, folks, in regards to the players. Also, João Felix is understood to have Man United understood to still have an interest in signing this guy, but plenty of teams are interested in signing him. Looks like United are going to cheap out and go and get perhaps Wout Weghorst. Let's get into the chat then, everybody. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. You only need to be subscribed for 0 seconds to chat. So subscribe and have your say. If you're new to the channel, get yourself involved, everybody. Now's the time. But yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday night, everyone. I thought I'd jump on. What's the score in the Bin Dippers game? I just got to have a look at that real quick. Hopefully Wolves are battering them. Let's have a look. Oh, shit. It's 2-1. Salah scored in the 52nd minute. Fucking hell. 2-1 to Liverpool. Bollocks. All right, never mind. Never mind, guys, but we had to dream. It was a good start for Wolves, though, wasn't it? It was a very good start for Wolves. Right then, guys, let's get into the chat, everyone. So, Aidan Feeney, what's happening, bro? Big T says, who do we want in the summer, especially if it takes over, if the takeover happens beforehand. Sorry, yeah. Big T. So who would I want personally? I can only really say what I want, but, in terms of what I think Manchester United need, I would suggest that we do need to get, priority-wise, is a boss midfielder. If we could maybe have new owners and finish top 4 and maybe win a trophy and maybe be in a position where, we can convince top talents to come again like we used to be able to. A player like Bellingham would be nice, because somebody who is a bit box-to-box, but, good all-rounder, I think would be great for us and who has a lot of potential. So a box-to-box midfielder. You've got Casemiro now, who's your sitter. And then you need somebody box-to-box, a beast as well. Eriksen's fantastic. I think Eriksen's been doing brilliant recently. So consistent. But the thing is with Eriksen is, you just can't, you can't have just Casemiro and Eriksen. Behind that, McTominay and Fred, you need to go and get another midfielder to give us depth and quality there. So I would say get rid of McTominay, get in another top quality midfielder like a Bellingham. If you can, I'm not saying we're going to get Bellingham. It's not realistic, is it, guys? But I'm just saying something like that. So, and then, of course, we need to get a proper number 9 striker to score the goals. I'm talking Robin van Persie, Ruud van Nistelrooy. You need somebody of that caliber who's a world-class goal scorer. We do need to get our sort of Erling Haaland. Man City have got that player. That's the sort of player we need. We need to have somebody who can rely on to bag us a lot of goals at number 9. And those are like hen's teeth trying to find those guys. They're few and far between. So we're going to have to go and spend a lot and invest heavily in the number 9 position. So I would say we're only actually a couple of signings away from getting what we want. I think maybe you'll see a bit of a change in the centre-back position in the summer, perhaps with Maguire on the way out, with him taking a back seat to the likes of Martinez and Varane and even Shaw now. Maguire's probably going to be on his way out in the summer. Get in there, my son, come on! I can't wait for that day, guys, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, I think he'll be going out in the summer, so I think I could see us sign a young centre-back, Jurriën Timber or somebody like that. So that's what I think, but we only need a few signings. That's it. If we actually invested, but we have to invest big money in quality players, not just some cheap old shit, but the right player. Ten Hag knows what he's doing. I assess his signings so far. I think the only one that you can somewhat criticise is just simply Anthony because of the price tag, because we've overpaid. We have overpaid. He wanted his man and we've overpaid for him. That's why you can criticise it, and he's not been amazing recently. However, you cannot criticise any of his other signings. Eriksen's an absolutely incredible signing. Martinez has proven to be just a tremendous player. Casemiro, even though we paid a lot for him, he's a brilliant signing. You can't really fault any of his other signings apart from, and that Dubravka shit, but that's just a backup player, you know what I mean? Didn't mean anything, did it? Strikers are greatly needed in Luan France. So that's my thoughts. I think we need to get in just probably 3 players, a spine, just for depth, really. Get another CM, a boss CM. Get a boss world-class striker and another centre-back once you've got rid of maybe a couple of the melters that are playing bit parts there. Phil Jones, Maguire. Get those 2 out. Get a young buck in. It's 2-2. Get in there, my son. Come on, Wolves. Let's go. Come on, Wolves, mate. Let's be having you. Let's all laugh at the Scousers. No, come on. It's not over yet, is it? But let's hope Wolves knock these melts out, guys. Be fucking great. Casemiro is the backbone of this current team, Tonk Nash. So true, yet if you talk about who's actually changed the fortunes of this team and who's sort of had the biggest impact, I do think it's him. He actually allows us to do what we do now. Him and Eriksen in the middle together. Ten Hag's seen that. He's seen the quality in those two and he's ran with it. And we've been so much better with those two in the midfield because they are both quality players. Experienced quality players, no doubt. We need more of them. But those two, if they're fit and they're playing, you're all right in midfield because those two are quality. So yes, I agree. Casemiro's the man. Vutinator, Alisson Clown as Alisson bottled it as he. Alisson 2 stinkers. Get in there. G-Wolf United, what's going on, my son? He says, laugh my ass off. Let's go. Wolves going for the win. Let's hope so, guys. That'd be amazing. Livership will win, says Linus United. Maybe so. I mean, it's good that they've been pegged back, though. Alisson had a De Gea moment, says Ryan Taylor. Did he? That was a shocking moment from David De Gea the other day. Still don't know how he's quite managed to make so much of a guff up of that. But, you know what, just about De Gea, it doesn't matter at all. It was totally meaningless in the end because we won the game. We know what a great goalkeeper is. We know how much he's been awesome this season for us. So, you know, I don't care about that. But it was an absolute calamity. I'm just glad it didn't happen in a game that it cost us in. Big Dave inspired Alisson. Was it like that? Was it through the legs and stuff? I'm not watching the game right now, but... hey, what's happening, Lewis Velez? How are you? And Colin Grieg. Lewis says, hey, legend, would love United to get Fofana from Lens. Oh, fair play to you then. From Lens. Yeah, nice one, Lewis Velez. Fofana, what's my name? You said Wolves would equalise. Now let's make Merseyside miserable by knocking the Scousers out. Everton already out. Right, guys, I'm just going to ask you, do you prefer, this is a bit of a random question now, but you know this setup. So I'm in my garage right now. The lighting's not perfect. I need to play around with it. This is fuzzy. This is a bit fuzzy and stuff. It's just a checkered background, but it's sort of like United vibes, sort of, right? So do you think this is better or worse than my other setup that I use with the green screen, with the thing? You like this setup, says Rory? Okay. Gakpo says Gakpo's been gashed. Better, says Curtis96. Gakpo's been gashed, says Twister Fate. You love to see it, mate. You like it, says Noan France. Worse, says Stim Reaper. Way better, says Elliot. Garage for sure. Man United vibes for you, says Craw. Better, says Big T. Like this better, says Sonic. Worse, the green screen is top, says Rushmano. The green screen is cool, says Rory. I think that because I kind of like doing these news videos in here. It's a bit more cozy. But I think what I might do is just get one of those pull down green screens. Then I can have the best of both worlds. I think that's what I'm going to do. We need a pig background, says Anthony Young. Worse, no worries, Madhouse. No, that's great. I love the feedback, man. I want to see. It's pretty split in the chat. I want to get the feedback, but I mean, I do like the dressing room vibe. Better these sayings like the other on the game day, says Bills fan. Any setup, as long as we see you. Thank you, David Hodgie. Don't matter. We come to see you, not a set. Okay, fair enough. I'm busy. Thank you, mate. I just wanted to get a little bit of feedback there. I appreciate it. I'll mix it up. The special one. I like your style. You like this setup? That's cool, Luan France. Okay, nice one. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, smash the like for the pig. I'm actually going to end that poll there. We've actually had 428 votes on it, guys. Thanks for voting, everyone. So, just to clarify, we've asked everyone in the chat here, who wants Weghorst at United? 66% of the live chat say, yes, they do want him at United. 34% say, no, they do not want him at United. So, a few people maybe holding out for a bit more of an ambitious signing for Manchester United. But still, though, you know, it's quite a positive reaction. I think it's because we just need somebody. And we know that the Glazers are probably not going to spend very much in this window. And it's better to get somebody than nobody right now, especially considering Martial's looking gash. Piggy, blue eyes. Yeah, I guess you probably can see the blue to the camera's more revealing down here, isn't it? The other camera upstairs is Gasher, which is better in a way. That's better in a way. Here you can just see, you can see too much. You can see strands of hair and everything. Rushmano says, so you're telling me, Pig, you don't stream from Old Trafford players' changing room? It's hard to believe, isn't it? I know. Boise says 66% is rival fans. G-Wolf says, I think more lighting where you are would be great, says G-Wolf United Gaming. Yeah, true. Maybe like the backlit, you mean? Yeah, the back. He's 6'6", says Aidan Feeney. Must play says, I'd rather we didn't sign anyone and just use a random player from the academy. One wanted Arnautovic in the summer for fix. That's a fair point, Must play. I don't know why we don't try and blood another player. It's a good op, but we do need somebody of experience to come in and be proven, though. We can't take a chance halfway through the season like this, I suppose. Do that as well, but we do kind of need to get the depth there. Piggy got some Man City blue eyes, says Craw. Get out. Get out, lad. Weghorst is an aerial threat. Definitely, RJ provides us something different. Absolutely, yes. First time I realised that you have blue eyes, the background brings it out, says Luan France. Probably does, actually. Yeah, it's a bit of a contrast. Or spotlights on the roof, says G-Wolf. Vincent says, why don't you have one of them glow lights made, but you can have the Flying Pig United logo? That would be pretty cool, Vincent. Yeah, I might look into that, bud. I know what you mean. Do we have anyone decent in the academy? That is a striker. Yes, we do, mate. What's his name's lad? Oh, fucking hell, Charlie, mate, why can't I think of his name right now, guys? McNeil. Yes. Charlie, for some reason, I couldn't think of his name right now. But we do, yeah, we do have a youngster in the academy, yeah. No, no, not Savage. No, I meant, I said Charlie, didn't I? But you know what I mean, McNeil, yeah. Anyway, no bothered up the Owls. Hate background, beat Newcastle 2-1 FA Cup. Get in there, my son. Well done, son. That's awesome there, Mike 316. Give me a hell yeah. Ahmad, yeah. Nah, you're right there, Crawl Bud. McNeil, you're right. Yes, McNeil. Why don't you have pictures of all the United greats behind you, says Simon Warner? Well, this is just my studio, mate. These are there for sound deflection purposes. You start covering them up with posters, then it stops doing the same effect, because that's the shape of that is designed to deflect the sound back. That's the main reason. Ray UK says, Pig, you're looking like Zlatan Ibrahimovic right now. My name is Zlatan, and I am Lion, my friend. I am greatest Swedish striker of all time. Zlatan will come back and help Man United, because Zlatan is not human. Zlatan is Lion, my friend. Zlatan will come back in January transfer window and score 30 goals between now and the end of the season. Zlatan is premium, wonderful human on earth. Zlatan will help you. Yeah, thank you very much. Zlatan does not drive Volvo. Volvo drives Zlatan. 162 likes. That's awesome, guys. That's actually awesome, guys. Bills, I'm going to read a few more comments out, guys. So get your thoughts and opinions in for the last few minutes of this show. Bills fan says, Eric Ten Hag is what we call in America a mean son of a bitch. He wants a team full of those guys. I'm okay with that. A mean, physical, hard to play against bunch of son of a bitches. Bills fan, I love that comment, mate. Damn right. So, completely. That's exactly what we want, mate. You know, that's it. We want to go back to have players like Keno and Stam and fucking Schmeichs in the team, you know, just like Warriors. We should get both Weghorst and Felix because we don't have any profile like Weghorst. Well, it'd be nice, Stefan. You're absolutely right. Stephen Dagbonner, what a comment, mate. What a comment. That's a great comment. Now, if you had ambition, just go get both of those guys. Go get both of those. Like, all of a sudden, we got super depth. I like your style. Vinny Bullock says he could get someone to draw them on and paint a picture of the United players. That wouldn't do anything to the sound effects, says Vincent Bullock. You what? Zlatan on loan, or is his knee still messed up, says Big T. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is not injured. Zlatan does not get injured. Zlatan does not get injured like regular human, or heal like regular human. Zlatan is Lion, my friend. Zlatan sleeps in bush in Serengeti. Zlatan, maybe you'll see him if you go on safari. But Zlatan is not regular human being. I do not get injured like regular human being. So please do not say that Zlatan is injured, because Zlatan is most definitely not injured. We want a team of butchers. Hell no, I'm not doing a shitter pool watch along G with United. God no. I'll tell you what I am doing though, guys. I'm doing a watch along. I'm sorry, no, I'm not. I'm doing a FIFA stream at 11 o'clock, which is only just an hour and a half from now. So, whoops. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to put a link in the live chat at the top of the chat here, peeps. Do us a massive favour. I'm going to wrap this show up now, pretty much. We're only 2 away from 169 likes. Seems like a good time to smash it up and leave it. So hit the thumbs up button and subscribe before you go, guys, because we are definitely going to be covering all the latest transfer news in regards to Manchester United properly throughout this window. We're going to do a FIFA stream at 11 o'clock here. Please do go over there and smash a little pre-game like on it. We'll be back on there doing a nice cheeky little FIFA stream, playing Foot Champs and hanging out and talking football and United and anything else that comes up in those streams, guys, because those streams are off limits. You know what I mean? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash the like. Yes, we're doing a giveaway later indeed, Craw. Absolutely. Definitely we are. So anybody who comments on the previous reaction video, the one that's called Rashford is on fire, the Everton reaction, anybody who comments on that is going to be entered into a prize draw to win a Bacon Brigade t-shirt. So you still got time to go back and comment on that old previous video of mine, because we're going to draw that on the channel tonight on the FIFA stream. Nice one, Twisted Fate. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Craw, Rushmano, Tonk Nash, Colin Greig, Twisted Fate, Bills Fan, Will V, RJ, Stephen Dagbana, The Vootinator, all the moderators, people like G-Wolf United, all the members like Vincent Bullock and Rory C and Aidan Feeney and Craw and Will V and Tonk Nash and A.R. Dan, Elliot Manduna, thank you, boss. Thank you, Colin Greig. Thank you, Simon, Rory, Anthony, Sonic Asylum. You know, everyone, thanks for watching, guys. Do hit that like before you go. Do subscribe. Do smash the bell icon. Go over and check out the FIFA stream. Click the link at the top of the chat and give us a like on the FIFA stream. And go and set a reminder for that if you want to watch that later on, if you're around. Also, smash the bell icon for notifications here. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch, all at Flying Pig United. Keep a lookout for upcoming videos in regards to the latest breaking news for transfer news, guys. Wout Weghorst, I mean, I'll take him at a push. I'd rather we went and got someone else, but I guess it's better than a kick in the anus. So we'll take him for now, guys. Hopefully we hear some more deals or some more information about maybe having a bit more ambition in the next coming days. But we will definitely keep you locked on exactly what's going on. So make sure you keep a lookout, guys. That's it from me. Thank you for watching the show tonight. It's been a pleasure. Back in a little bit with some FIFA action at 11 p.m. See you there, guys. Take it easy and have yourselves a good one. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.